Great House Hoops TV. We back. A few things I wanted to talk about. Obviously it's NBA trade season, so any day now we can see fireworks. I think everyone's waiting on the Giannis situation. I want to talk about power rankings, and then just the overall state of the game. Also, I wanted to talk about the Jeanie bus LeBron James thing. Like, I think that's a little weird. But starting off, trade season. So there's rumors all over the place, and I think people are waiting to make moves to see what's happening with Giannis. Because everybody thinks they can get Giannis. Giannis probably don't even want to go to half of these teams, but they're still like, hey, if we can trade for him or if we can try to convince him, we'll do it. I definitely think he wants out, but I don't think he wants to be the bad guy. I think he should sit down with management and ask, like, okay, what are we doing? You know, like, are we trying to push the chips in, or are we just gonna run with what we got? And if they're running with what they have, you know, obviously Giannis wants to win a championship, and Milwaukee is currently in the standings right now. I think as of last night they were 11th in the East, which is disastrous. Like, disastrous. Like, the East is already not too good of a conference compared to the Western Conference. So them being 11th, that's real telling of the type of roster the Bucks have. So I don't know. Like, with that, I can't really say I think he'll be traded, because you just never know. You never know. And again, he hasn't publicly stated, hey, I want out of here. But you could see it in his body language that he doesn't want to be there. You could see it, you know, like, if you could see how he's on the court, and like, even I think one of the last highlights I seen was him getting the ball and telling Kuzma to run to the corner, and then like I think it ended up being like a turnover or something like that. It's just not Giannis like. You could tell he's ready to get out of there. It's not something he wants to just come out and say. But I think it might be time. Like, he should probably talk to Kevin Garnett. Now, Kevin Garnett said he wished he would have got out of Minnesota sooner. I don't want Giannis to fall into, oh, I should have got out of Milwaukee sooner. I think he should tell him, hey, this isn't working. I love what we created. I love that you took a chance on a guy out of Greece, you know, but this isn't it. I'm ready to compete for a championship. I don't want to be a part of a rebuild, because whether they say it or not, they're rebuilding. That team just currently constructed is not a good team. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. I guess there's reports out that Anthony Davis wants to get traded. And I've seen some conflicting reports saying he doesn't. I don't know what's going on with that, but I know Dallas doesn't want to be the team that pays Anthony Davis a max contract. I don't think they want to do that. So I definitely expect Anthony Davis to get moved. Sacramento Kings, I expect them to blow that completely up. I expect multiple moves out of Sacramento. You're hearing rumors about Sabonis, even some rumors about Levine, which is, that number is going to be hard to get to. I think he's making like $47 million this year. That's going to be hard to get to. So I'm interested to see how they move that. DeMar DeRozan, they're asking for a first-round pick for Keon Ellis. I don't know if they're going to get that. You can't really ask for a first-round pick for a guy that you're not even playing. Like, it just, to me, that seems weird. I think that price is going to drop maybe this week going into next week when the actual deadline is. But I could see that dropping maybe 2 seconds, you know. But I can see that from Sacramento. It's time, tear that down. What you have there is not working. It's time to tear it down. It's just not working. Um, Same with Memphis, the Grizzlies. I made a video about John Morant, and there's conflicting reports about that as well. I think he wants out of there, and I think Memphis wants him out of there. I think they're trying to play it as if everything's cool so they don't get fleeced in a trade. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not an insider. I don't know. But just on the outside looking in and reading through nonsense, that's what it seems like to me. It's like, let's try to make this look a little better so we can get more in a package. That's what I think. So yeah, I think John Morant probably does get traded. I'm not earlier I said the Bucks, but then again, I don't know how that works if Giannis ends up getting moved or what do they do? I'm not sure. Like I said, everything hinges on Giannis staying or getting traded. Right now, everyone is like anticipating a trade, so it's holding up everything. So I'm not sure. They said John Morant might want to go to Miami, which I mean, I can see that. And that team, that structure might help him because wherever he goes, he needs structure. We talked about it in the last video. I think he needs structure. He needs good veterans around him and people who aren't afraid to tell him, like, hey, you're messing up. Like, he needs that. So there's that. I also think the Memphis should entertain offers on Jaren Jackson Jr. I think they should at least entertain offers on Jaren Jackson Jr. Like I said, currently constructed is another team. Like Memphis in the Western Conference, currently constructed, they can't compete with the 10 teams above them. They can't. They just can't do it. Like, even if they somehow manage to get into a play-in and you make it, say you make the 7th or 8th, this hypothetical, I don't think they will, but who are you going to play? Denver? OKC? Like, is Memphis beating Denver or OKC? I doubt they even win a game. So I think when it comes to that, I think they should tear it down as well. Another team I think should be shipping someone out is the New York Knicks. They need something. And Karl Anthony Towns isn't working. I think they should try to flip that to get whatever they can, someone like more suitable for that team. But the inconsistency on a nightly basis, that's not going to work. And then for his sake, how he's been playing and how the team's been performing, they're expecting like big play from him. And he's not living up to those expectations. So it's like New York, that media, you're not living up to expectations, or you're not at least trying to live up to those expectations. Like, you're in for a rude awakening. That media is going to pick you apart. So if I'm the Knicks, I try to trade him for something. I'm not sure what they can get for Karl Anthony Towns with that big, I think it's $53 million contract. That's a really big contract. Like, I don't know how they manage to move that, what pieces they get back from it. But, I mean, float the idea out there. I think it was a couple teams they said, was it Charlotte? I think it was Orlando. And then there was one more, maybe Memphis? Maybe Memphis? Which some of these, like him going to Charlotte makes zero sense to me. Like, I don't understand what Charlotte would be doing. But again, that's another one of those teams where they're just poorly ran. Like, Charlotte is poorly ran. Like, I don't know trading for Karl Anthony Towns what that would do for that franchise. But if I was them, I don't know that I would do that. But for the Knicks, see what you can get for them. The Los Angeles Lakers, I think they're definitely missing a few pieces. I was watching the game last night against Dallas. DeAndre Ayton is not the center for the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't think DeAndre Ayton is a bum, but what the Lakers need, it's not him. They need a shot blocker and a defensive anchor. They have no shot blocking. So I personally think they need to go out and figure that out. They also need help on the perimeter, and for sure, they definitely need perimeter help as far as defensively and guys that can knock down shots. But I think if I was the GM of the Lakers, if I was Rob Pelinka or in Rob Pelinka's shoes, I would go after a starting caliber center that protects the paint and rolls to the basket and that plays above the rim. I think Nick Claxton, they said that's a possibility. I think you should try that. Yves Missi from New Orleans, I think you should try that. There's a few other guys, again, in these comments, drop some stuff for me. Like, it could be some other players that y'all think they should go after. I think they definitely need to go after a rim-running, paint-protecting big who plays above the rim that can get up and down the court. That is not DeAndre Ayton. It is not. And no disrespect to DeAndre Ayton, his game just doesn't fit what that team needs. Because I'm a Bahamian too. Shout out to the Bahamas. But DeAndre Ayton is not going to work for the Los Angeles Lakers. And not saying that it's solely him, but when you lack perimeter defense, having a paint protecting big helps the guys on the perimeter, because if they get blown past, they got to run into the shot blocker. And anyone that's played basketball, if there's a shot blocker, an athletic shot blocker, when you go to the rim, you're thinking twice about that. Especially if you've been blocked a few times, you're thinking twice about that. So that's where I stand with that. I think the Lakers also have a few expiring contracts that they could use to really develop some of these younger guys. Like, and I mean that by, if they move some of these guys, like, give Kobe Buffkin a shot. Like, so if you move Gabe Vincent, which I feel they are going to move Gabe Vincent. I feel like he is going to get moved. You got Maxi Kleber. You got Rui. I think Rui's going to be part of something. I think Rui gets moved. I'm trying to remember who. I mean, obviously LeBron, but I don't think LeBron gets moved unless he wants to. But I'm looking at Kobe Buffkin and I'm looking at Timmy. Now, I know people were saying Kobe Buffkin wasn't going for his shots or trying to be more aggressive, but defensively, he was getting after it. I liked what I seen from Kobe Buffkin. I really liked what I seen. He's big. He seems athletic enough. He slid his feet pretty good. Like, I liked what I seen. I think he would be good in a 10 to 12 minutes a night. I personally, I would give him Gabe Vincent's minutes. I would give him Gabe Vincent's minutes. Timmy, love what I seen. Like, just offensively, it gives him a different look. He can hit threes. He just can, like, he's a playmaker too. Like, I noticed that. I mean, the assists might not show, but like hockey assists. You know, I love what I seen from that guy. Like, I think they should give those two guys a shot. But those expiring contracts, I think they will help develop some of those guys, because some of them will probably get moved out. And to get, like, high-impact players, multiple guys might have to go for, like, it might have to be a 2-for-1, you know, or a 3-for-2. That leaves an opening. And I think they already have, if I'm not mistaken, I think they already have one open roster spot. So I think getting those expirings out of there will help them develop some of these guys. Like, I like what I seen. Power rankings. So I'm looking at the power rankings, and I'm saying obviously the Thunder are number one, the Nuggets are number two, three. I don't know. Like that can fall anywhere. Like I don't know. I just know those are the two top teams in the NBA, and I would say the Spurs would be three, but like health concerns for me, health concerns. But when I look at the East, and I was talking to my wife about this last night. Looking at the East, what team in the East currently constructed can go up against OKC, the Nuggets, the Spurs, the Rockets? What team from the East in a 7-game series can beat those teams I just named? I don't think any of them. I think the East is in trouble. Currently constructed, I think the Eastern Conference is in trouble. Compared to the Western Conference, I think the NBA championship will be decided before it gets to the NBA Finals. To me, I think the NBA championship will be in the Western Conference Finals. Whoever wins that is winning the finals in 4 games or 5 games. That's just my opinion. I'm not trying to like stomp on someone's team, but just looking at the landscape of the league and where talent is and how teams are currently constructed, Boston isn't beating OKC. Boston isn't beating the Nuggets. Boston isn't beating the Rockets. Boston isn't beating the Spurs. Detroit isn't beating OKC. Detroit isn't beating the Spurs. Detroit isn't beating the Nuggets. I don't like, and I don't know. I shouldn't say it's a lack of talent because they're all NBA players. But teams currently constructed teams, I don't think the East can compete with the West like at all. Currently constructed. I mean, it just is what it is. I know a lot of people who got Eastern Conference teams as their favorite teams. I'm sorry, but they cannot compete with the West. This year, like, watching these games, the West is up here, the East is right here. And it's been that way for a while, but, like, the talent gap on these teams now, oh, my God. So, I don't know. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the Jeanie Buss and LeBron situation. Do I think they had a decent working relationship? Yes. Do I think what was said by the media that they said Jeanie said, do I think that's true? I do think it's true. And I think she said that in confidence to someone else. And that person leaked the conversation they had. And I don't think it's right, because we all remember the Lakers after Kobe retired. When Kobe retired, they were terrible. And I'm a big Kobe fan. I love him. Even before he retired, that last year, they were terrible. After that, up until they got LeBron, they were terrible. And if you think he wouldn't have went there, how would they have gotten some of the assets that they have now? AD doesn't want to come to LA if another star isn't there. LeBron probably, got on the phone with AD. They share the same agent, so I'm pretty sure there were talks. So he probably, hey, come out here. So you don't get AD without LeBron. You flip AD for Luka. Generational player. Generational. Gonna be great for years. But you don't get that without AD. So how could you say, like, you don't think he enjoyed or I shouldn't say enjoy, but you don't think he appreciated what you did or appreciated like basically playing there. I just, it baffles me. I don't understand it. I don't understand that at all. Like to say that is crazy. Like like LeBron is historically known for doing 1+1 deals. With the Lakers, he like literally was like, all right, I'm taking this extension, let's do it. He was committed. He was committed. And okay, they want to put the Westbrook trade on him. And it's a backstory behind that too, because everybody said DeMar DeRozan, they like, okay, right now, like say, for instance, I'm a GM. I go to consult my star player about a move I'm potentially making. I'm going to ask for his feedback. But that don't necessarily mean that I have to do everything that he said. It doesn't like, it's like they're putting so much of the blame on LeBron. I don't like that. Like the blame should be shared from everybody. It's not just his decision making that got to this point or why a bad deal was made. Is it LeBron's fault that they drafted Jalen Hood, Scafino? Is it LeBron's fault that they took Taylor Horton Tucker over GOAT? Over GOAT. That's what LeBron calls him, GOAT. Like, make it make sense to me. It's like, I don't like that. Like, LeBron shares blame. Yes, he does. He's part of some of the decisions that didn't work out good. That's cool. But don't try to place all the blame on LeBron. That blame goes around. That's where I stand with that. I just don't I don't enjoy that. It just looks bad. And I think other players are looking at that. And you don't think Luka's looking at that like, man, like, you know, this seems good now, but in a couple years, are they going to stab me in the back? You know? Can he trust them? Because it's, you know, at this point where he's at his peak, can he trust them? Can he? You know, like, you have to be aware of what you're doing, especially in the public's eye, because other players are looking at that. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, but to me it was just, to me that's just a little off. I don't think that should have came out, and it came like they had a win the night before. It's just like, are people trying to like throw salt like to dim the light? Like what are we doing? Like they had a good team win. What are you guys doing? Like, come on, Lakers brass, what are we doing? What are we doing there, man? They got to do better. That has to be better. Like, Luka's watching. Luka's team is watching. Other players are watching this. This is unfolding in front of everyone's eyes. And how you treat LeBron, which is crazy to me. Like, you have LeBron and that's how you're going about it? That's crazy to me. I can even go back to this. A lot of people I know that grew up like super Laker fans, and they always debate me on this, but I say even Kobe's last couple years, they failed Kobe. But before the Achilles tear, they didn't do anything to get him adequate talent there. It was basically, let's ride it out. We're going to have cap space. That's not cool, man. For all the blood, sweat, and tears that guy put into that team, to that organization, to the league, he deserved better than what he got from the Lakers. So we'll see where things head after that. But I don't know. I hope things get better. They're starting to get a couple wins, so I hope things get better. But it seems like endless drama. You know, like I don't know if Luka likes that. I don't. And that's what that, like, more than LeBron, more than anyone, that's the future at this point. You have to make sure that he's happy and he wants to be there. You don't want to scare him off. This is Great House Hoops TV. Drop comments, likes. Let me know how y'all feel about this video today. If you want more content like this, let me know. Always down to talk basketball. I'm gonna make sure I put out more videos. Great House Hoops TV, we out.